Alright, so this is the final lap of the men's Cat 4-5 race at Cedar Hill. Throughout the whole race there haven't been any real main attacks, but I'm trying to go for something good here. So this guy in the blue launches as soon as we cross the line, and I just carefully bridge up to him, making sure I'm bringing everyone behind me with me. Because what I want to do is attack on the hill after our next turn. So I get up, he sees that I'm there, and I pretty much back off. It's just kind of, hey, you're caught, but I'm not going to work with you. So ease off and kind of bring the whole bunch back together again for the next deciding point. There's a big headwind down the straight here, so we're all going fairly slow. It's downhill, which is helping us right now. And so my goal is to attack on the next hill, and there's a few bends and curves after that, and my gamble is that I can stay away through those bends and curves long enough to keep everyone else away, to still have something left for a finish at the end, because I don't want a bunch sprint. Bunch sprint would not be good for me. So this guy comes up, and there's still several people right on the wheel behind us, so I'm basically second wheel in the pack here, which is not bad. And he's not looking like he really wants to do too much, but he is working pretty hard. He keeps checking, so I think he's getting kind of squirrely. And yeah, so he's starting to get some space there, so I try and bridge up to him, because this is getting pretty close to the hill where I want to start the attack, and start to leave some people behind, or at least string things out. I'm not doing a very good job of catching the wheel, but I'll wait until we hit the hill. Okay, so he's looking the other way, and so I start my attack. I start rocking the bike. So here I am trying to shoot up the hill as best I can. And I just got to lay into it and hope I string out a whole bunch of people behind me. I kind of instantly go into the pain cave here, so I can't see if they're back there. There's a Grant on the right. 2 laps down, but it's his first road race, so he did a real good job. It was a hard race. Okay, so it's starting to flat out here, and I'm trying to keep the pressure on. I think I look over behind my back, and I don't see anyone right on my wheel, so I just have to keep the pressure on so I keep the speed up on the flat, so I can carry all that speed on the downhill after the next turn. And I want to use the downhill to get kind of a recovery so that I have enough juice left to attack up the final hills. So I'm taking this curve as fast as I can. It's a pretty decent line, I'll take it. And then I need to get some extra speed coming down the hill. And at this point, someone rolls up next to me and kind of gives me sort of a shout. It's like, hey, I think we've got this. I think this has a chance of working. I think he saw the move go and was able to keep up with it. So he's like, let's go. He knows exactly what the plan is, that we need to take the downhill and the curve here as aggressively as we can, so that we can keep everyone away, because the pack can't take the turn quite as fast as we can on our own. And so I'm leaning with everything I have. This is 32 miles an hour. It's the fastest I've done that turn. It's sharp. So he's trying to get me on his wheel. He wants to work together to get to the finish, which I think is a fairly good idea, but I don't trust him. And so I don't do a great job of working with him. There's just enough doubt in my mind, or I'm not working with him very well. He's like, let's take short pulls. I think at this point I'm seeing people close enough behind where I don't think that I want to burn all my matches just failing to keep everyone else away. So we're going to get someone else here, and so at this point we're back together, but the group's a lot smaller. So the attack that I made on the hill definitely thinned things out a bit. We're down to probably just like 5 or 6 people really in contention here at the end, and so I'm trying to surf wheels, and at this point I want to avoid a pure bunch sprint, because that again would not be good for me. So he backs off, and people do this thing where they all kind of wait around and see who's going to sprint. I don't want that to happen. We're a long ways away, and I decide I'm going to go for it. So I'm gambling that I can hold kind of just a long diesely sprint, longer than most other traditional sprinters can, into a headwind, as low as I can get. So I'm giving it everything to the line. This is a long attack, and it's really kind of a gamble. And so then I got 2 people up in front of me. We crossed the line third.